Sir and Ramazara join. No?
Yes, sir.
Namaskaram, sir.
Everybody.
Namaskaram, sir.
Thank you.
Namaskaram.
I am starting prayer, sir.
Namaskaram, sir.
Yes, yes. I think
Namaskaram.
you can have no problem. Otherwise, we have been continuously doing it. So just check up if prayer is ready. You can go. No problem, please.
Namaskaram, sir.
Thank you,
Sir, a
Majaji.
small request with all the devotees. No need to give your attendance in the chat box. Don't send any message regarding your presence. Okay, thank you. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, prayer is over. No, because it is a continuous program since morning. I think prayer.
Yes, sir. Starting
Can we
prayer is
go ahead
already
now?
over, sir. Starting prayer is
Okay,
already
thank you.
over, sir.
Fine, fine. Thank you. Om Namo Venkatesaya. Once again, thanking Sriman Narayanan and Vishwas Global Team for creating such a big platform today on the inauguration of Thiruppavai for the coming Margazhi month. And we have been doing it for the last 3 years. And the response is very good every year. This year also, I understand around 2,000 participants have come to join this, to learn this Thiruppavai and Thiruppavai. And the importance of Thiruppavai as like Vishnu Sahasranamam, I think our Gurujis will explain in his page. But we know that this is as important as Vishnu Sahasranamam because Android sang this Thiruppavai in Tamil. That is why in the month of Margazhi Matham, in fact, Thiruppavai is one thing which Tirupati we are supposed to chant daily in the morning. But due to time paucity, we are not able to do. At least in the month of Margazhi, we want everybody to chant, and we have been doing it for the last 3 years. And this year also, as a commitment to society, which was on its fifth day development, is continuously going on. And on this occasion, I would like to, I'm sure most of you must be from Vishwas students, and it is not necessary that Vishwas student, anybody can join to learn this Tirupavai. But those who are not a member of Vishwas, those who have not studied Vishnu Sahasranamam, please join that after the class. I think every month, first week, Monday, we are starting for new batches. The details are posted everywhere, and you can also, I think I can request the audience to put this QR code. I don't know, we can have it in the website everywhere. We can post it in the group also at the end of the, as we are starting the new batch on, that is tomorrow. And in case you know, you can pass on this message to many people that what each one student should be at least enroll 10 students to Vishwas, as we not only teach in 21 days time, which is Adhanam, and make a satsang. With that, we have about 1300 satsang, 1300 plus satsang as of now, and that is increasing another 35 to 40 every month. So you can see the growth of Vishwas satsang, and the importance of satsang is the need of the hour, and that is our Sanatana Dharma needs. So that's a different subject, but kindly enroll many people, as many as people. This is the only one Dharma you can do in Kali Yuga. And to do this Dharma, Sriman Narayan has blessed Vishwas to take up the job. Spiritual organization like TDD, ISKCON, Chinmaya Mission, all organizations has been astonishing the growth of this Vishwas satsang. And that is again, I would say three main reasons. One is Sriman Narayan's blessing, without which we would not have come to this level. And power of Vishnu Sahasranamam. Third is you all, Vishwas Global Team, commitment, the dedication of the people are working around the class. And we have our satsang almost in about 37 countries all over the world. And we want your support for its further growth. Before I conclude, we have a very big program. Every month we have big program. But now coming this November, right now we are doing, we are concentrating on the competitions all over the world. And December 17 to 23, Saptaham, 7 days Vishnu Sahasranamam, from morning 4 a.m. to evening 9 p.m. like that. All the 7 days chanting Vishnu Sahasranamam, and also Bhajan Nama Sankirtanam in Kirtanaswami Mandapam, 63 South Bog Road, Chennai. Enough arrangements have been made for those people coming from away from Chennai and abroad also. A lot of people are going to join. And it's 7 days in the month of Margazhi. We chant Sahasranamam, we listen to that and eating prasadam in Nagar. There's a request, please do join and make up your plan and inform us. We are going to propose that Google form also to participate, because we want to have restricted to 1,000 people per day. Last year we could do with COVID restriction. This year it is not that. So Let us thank Shriman Narayanan and regulate about 1,000 people and the detailed program is worked out. We have planned to do this calendar Utsavam also on the last day, 23rd. Once again, thanks Shriman Narayanan for giving this opportunity. I think out of 2,000 only, maybe 1,000 could join. Rest of them can watch on YouTube. Once again, good wishes to all of you. Over to you, ma. Namaskaram.
Thank you, sir. I kind request, please do not post anything in the chat box. We have many communication to be sent, so please do not post anything in the chat box. I humbly request Shri T.S. Sivaram Krishnan Guruji, Senior Faculty and Trustee, Vishwas, also my Guruji, to address the devotees. Sir, please.
Deepu,
Om
please
Namo
switch
Narayana.
off your video, please. Deepu Renu Rajesh, please switch off your video.
Om Namo Narayanaya. You are all having lot of blessings of Sriman Narayana. That's why you are able to join this, the rarest of the rarest course. Out of the 4,000 verses sung by Alvars called Nalayaka Divya Prabandham, three gems have emerged out of it, which our experts in that spirituality used to say. That is, one is Vishnu Chittar, that is Periyalvars, Nalayaka Divya Pallandu, Tirupallandu. And the second one is the Tondaradi Podiyalvars, Tirupalli Ezhuchi. And the third one is Kodai Andal's Thiruppavai. And in that Pallandu, Tirupallandu, he says about our Vishnu Sahasranamam also in one Pasuram, that is, அந்த குலத்துக்கு அதிபதியாகி அசுர ராக்கதரை இந்த குலத்தை எடுத்து களைந்த இருடீகேசன், that is ரிஷிகேசன், he says as இருடீகேசன் தனக்கு தொண்ட குலத்தில் உள்ளீர் வந்தடி தொழுது 1000 நாமம் சொல்லி. Here he says about this Vishnu Sahasranamam, 1000 நாமம் சொல்லி பண்டை குலத்தை தவிர்ந்து பல்லாண்டு பல்லாயிரத்தாண்டு என்மினே. This is the Periyalvars, Vishnu Chittars Tirupallandu, then followed by that Tondaradi Podiyalvars. That is another important one is Tondaradi Podiyalvars Tirupalli Ezhuchi, which in this class for the first time we are teaching that also along with Thiruppavai, where in Chola region, Tirumandalankudi, Tondaradi Podiyalvar, born as Vipra Narayana, and afterwards he was blessed by Sriman Narayana, and for the sins he has committed unknowingly in between, for that Bhagavan says you have to worship the feet of the devotees, Tondar Adi. So then that comes Tondaradi Podiyalvar. Then about Kodai Andal, that is Periyalvar's rarest daughter. Kodai Andal, Tamilai Andal, Gopalan Illamal Kalyanam Vendal. So that in the Taniyan itself, that Thiruppavai's importance and the greatness is given. பாதகங்கள் தீர்க்கும் பரமனடி காட்டும் வேதம் அனைத்துக்கும் வித்தாகும் கோதை தமிழ் ஐந்தும் ஐந்தும் அறியாத மானிடரை வையம் சுமப்பதும் வம்பு. That is, பட்டர்பிரான் பாடிய இந்த அழகிய வெண்பா திருப்பாவையின் பெருமையை நன்கு எடுத்து சொல்லுகின்றது. This text talks about the greatness of the Thiruppavai. It says that is Thiruppavai consists of all the essence of all the Vedas. வேதம் அனைத்துக்கும் வித்தாகும், சகல வேதங்களின் கருத்துக்களையும் தன்னுள்ளே அடக்கி கொண்டிருப்பது திருப்பாவை. அண்ட் திருப்பாவையை கற்று உணராத மனிதர்கள் பூமிக்கு பாரமே என்கின்றார். வையம் சுமப்பதும் வம்பு. Those who have not learned Tirupavai, they are just a burden to the earth. That's what in this verse he says. And this Tirupavai is பிறவி பிணிப்போக்கும் மாமருந்தாகவும் வேதம் அனைத்துக்கும் மூல வித்தாகவும் அனைத்து பிரபந்தங்களிலும் தனிச்சிறந்ததாகவும் தமிழோசை குன்றாத தமிழிலே திகழ்வதாகவும் பாதகங்கள் தீர்த்து பரமன் அடி காட்ட பரமன் திருவடி காட்ட வல்லதாகவும் அமைந்தது இந்த திருப்பாவை. This திருப்பாவை is the main capsule, main seed for all the essence of Vedas, and it is the highest in out of all the 4,000 Divya Prabandhams, and it is in a sweet Tamil language. That's why Kodai Andal, Tamilai Andal, he ruled Tamil. Gopalan illamal Kalyanam Vendal. And it, the Tirupavai singing removes all the sins and makes everybody as a kith and kin of Sriman Narayana, because he says, Yetraikum Yevel Piravikum Utromi Avom Unekeya Matsivam. Krishna, we don't want anything else except to be a relative to you. In Yevel Piravikum, whatever Janma we are taking, in each Janma, make us simply related to you. That is Andal's prayer. And Sanda Tamil Malai Muppadam Sepinan Valiye என்று another Taniyan that talks about whoever talks, whoever sings this Tirupavai, they live long, like that. This all these 30 verses of Tirupavai, it will be a great boon for all of you to learn, and it is another silver lining in the history of Viswas, that Viswas has already started singing this Tirupavai not only in Margazhi month, but every day, early morning in the global meet at 4 o'clock, which started some 3 or 4 months ago, as is done in all Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanams along with Suprapatham. So it is a great boon, and you are going to know the meanings also means. Then it is another addition, another silver lining for this Vishnu Sahasranamam, because in Vishnu Andal also talks about Vishnu Sahasranamam in Shloka, in verse number 9. Tumani Madathu Chuttum Vilakkeriya Tupam Kamala Tuyuganai Nel Kanvalaram Maman Magale Manikadavan Taltirabay Mamir Avale Yadipiro Un Magaltan Umayo Andri Chevido Anantalo Yema Peranduyag Mandira Patalo Mamayan Madhavan Vaikundan Indrendre Namam Palavum Navindelo Rembavai. Namam Palavum means the many names, the numerous names, the Vishnu Sahasranamam he refers here. So Tirupavai, Tirupalli and Vishnu Sahasranamam all are interrelated. So it will be another silver lining in your understanding. We wish you all the best. Praying Sriman Narayanan. Om Namo Narayanan.
Thank you, Guruji. We are always blessed to listen to you. Now, I most respectfully invite Sri V. Shekhar Sir, Trustee Vishwas, to address the devotees. Sir, please.
Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Venkateshaya. Tirupavai, as Andal says, the daughter of Periyalvar, says, is the seed of Vedas. On tuning the version, very many things came out. Lord Mahavishnu chose only the essence, namely Goddess Mahalakshmi, who is considered as the manifestation of Bhuma Devi, who has come down to earth as Periyalvar's daughter. This is the beginning of Tirupavai. The name of the Vritam observed by Gopikas on this Margazhi month is called Katyayani Vritam, to attain Lord Krishna in the month of Margazhi. Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita that of all the Masanam, he is Margashisha. It is because of this that Margazhi is so very important, and you can just observe, as far as our NASA is concerned, they are saying that there is very large quantity of oxygen is being emitted in the ozone area. That is because of Bhagavan says that after all the masam, I prefer Margari. That is why it's being observed, and this also has taken Tirupavai as it has taken Vishnu Sahasranamam. It is also equally important, and we have excellent faculty for you, and you are all blessed to listen to Padre. On practicing this Tirupavai, one can attain not only materialistic happiness, but also attain eternal bliss. Tirupalli Aichi is the Suprabhadam sung by Manikavatsakar to wake up Lord Tirupparandurai near Trichy, which belongs to Saivites. This is also most important, and we have taken the classes also, and we have been doing it for the past 3 years. And whatever we do, it is because of our 5D principle that wherever we touch this golden touch as far as our founder is concerned, and we have been doing it, and for the past 3 years, Tirupavai is the most important thing that even once as you take up Vishnu Sahasranamam, it is you are all blessed to be in the class. We have very many entries, but nearly only 2,000 people can be accommodated. That's why we have accommodated 2,000 people. And when we just go, there are lots and lots of people outside staying, and they do not want to join. Only you are all blessed to join these classes, and you take it up much seriously, following the 5D principle. Thank you very much. Wish you all, wishes you all the best, all the very best in learning process. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, sir, really we are very blessed to be in Vishwas, to learn more and more and do seva. Thank you very much, sir. Before I go to invite our Guruji, I will read out the guidelines to be followed. Please join the Google Meet link 10 minutes earlier, because we will be conducting a practice session before the class starts. Those who could not join the Meet link, you can join through YouTube, and please keep yourself muted, both video and audio, unless you are called upon for practice or chanting session. Devotees will be called upon from the list, those who have raised their hand. And once your name is called, please do not raise your hand again, because please give chance for others. Please do not put us in an embarrassing situation. You can find all the details in the group description, that is the Google Meet link, YouTube link, query form, etc. The query form, devotees are encouraged to ask questions using the query forms regarding the subject what has been taught, and not general queries. We will read out the queries to the Guruji at the beginning of the class. Since this is a chanting proficiency class, please limit your queries to chanting. Since we plan to complete 3 pasurans, there won't be time for question answer session. During Margari month, we will have meaning class, and you may post detailed questions at that time. Attendance will not be taken, so please do not post your attendance in the chat box. Chat box will be used by us for posting important messages, and we do not want you to miss out the communication. You will be able to get the PDFs in various languages from the description box. Please take a printout and keep it ready. Have a pencil handy, as usually we do for the VSN classes. Also, shlokas will be posted in the audio folder. You can download and practice. Please subscribe to YouTube in case you do not have done so far, to get daily notifications of the Vishwas programs going live, including the classes. The guidelines are simple and which we have been using in our classes. Request you to adhere to the guidelines to ensure a smooth running of the class. Thank you for all your patience. We require your utmost cooperation for this chanting session to be a successful one. Now, with humble pranams, I would like to invite Dr. V. Ramabhadran Guruji, Senior Faculty and Trustee, Vishwas, for introduction on Tirupavai. Sir, please.
Namo Venkatesaya. My pranams, everybody. शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण जन्मसंसारबन्धनात् विमुच्यते नमस्तस्मै विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे लक्ष्मीनाथसमारम्भां नाथयामुनमध्यमामस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रीविष्णुचित्तकुलनन्दनकल्पवल्लीं श्रीरङ्गराजहरिचन्दनयोगदृश्यां साक्षात् क्षमां करुणया कमलामिवान्यां गोदामनन्यशरणशरणं प्रपद्ये. My pranams everybody. So let's invoke the blessings of Goda as well as Rangamannar for us to travel in this path of learning the THIRUPPAVAI, the 30 pasarams. Before we start the classes of chanting the THIRUPPAVAI as such, let's briefly understand. Normally, in any spiritual text, there are three things to be looked at. One is who is the Pravakta. Pravakta is who is the author of this. Second one is Pramanam. So what is this being talked of? That is, what is this Grantha? What is the text is about? And third one is on the greatness of the text. And third one is about the... Can somebody mute this Kalyani? So, okay. The third one is about the Prameyam. What is being talked of in this? That's what is the three things we look at. Now let's look at THIRUPPAVAI as such. First one. Now, our religion is called as the Vaidika Matam. Vaidika Matam, Vedas are the basis of our religion. So,
I request all the devotees to please be on mute. Recording is going on. Please be on mute as well as switch off your videos.
Okay, thank you. So, the Vedas are the basis or the backbone of our religion. So, all other texts, be it Puranas or Itihasas or the Smritis or everything, has to fall in line with the Vedas because that is the supreme commandment of our religion. Now, this THIRUPPAVAI is being talked of as somebody, this Ramakrishnaji mentioned, Vedam Anaithukkam Vittagam. That means the Vedas are the source, but then the seed for the Vedas itself is coming from THIRUPPAVAI. So that is the greatness of even THIRUPPAVAI. It is even greater than the Vedas itself because this is the seed. Why is it called as the seed? Vedam Anaithukkam Vittagam Godai Tamil Ayendu Maindu Mariyadamandre Vayyam Sumapadamu. That's what one of these Vedar Biran Bhattar, the later one of the Acharyas mentioned about this THIRUPPAVAI. Now, the entire message of the Vedas is contained in the Bhagavad Gita. So, Bhagavad Gita, in fact, the Bhagavad Gita is said, in fact, this, what do you call this, Dhyana Shloka of Bhagavad Gita, one of the slokas is, Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogda Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vatsaha Sudhir Bhokta Dugdam Gita Mritam Mahad. That means that all the Upanishads are the essence of the Vedas, the Jnana Kantam. Sarvopanishado Gavaha, all these Upanishads are like the cows. Then, Bhagavan Krishna is the milkman, the Dogda Gopalanandan. Then what does he took the essence of the Upanishads in the form of Gita. So the Dogda Gopalanandan Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdam Gita Amritam. So that means the immortal Gita is like the milk of the Upanishads. That means the essence of the Upanishads is contained in the Bhagavad Gita. Now, even in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan talks about 700 slokas only towards the end of this, Bhagavad Gita itself. Almost he has covered 656, this 18th chapter, 66 sloka is where he is talking about this, this Sharanagati, the second Sharanagati slokam. There he says, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tva Sarvapapebhyo Mokshayishyam. That means, you please surrender to me. Leaving aside for the fact that you are doing all these duties, you are only an instrument, have that thought and then surrender to me. Ham tva sarva papebhyo mokshish. That means I will relieve you from complete papa. That means I will ultimately give you moksha. So that means he's talking about the Paratatvam. Bhagavan Sriman Narayana says, I am the Paratatvam, that is declaring only towards the end. Because Bhagavan himself is saying that, so he didn't want to say at the beginning, saying that I am the person. So therefore he is saying towards the end, that is 18th chapter, 66 sloka. Thereafter there are only 12 slokas. That means at the 680th sloka only, Bhagavan is talking about the Paratatvam. Whereas Andal in the very first pasuram, Margaret says, Narayanane Namake Paraitaruvan. That means she's saying the Narayana is the supreme commander of this entire universe. This Vishnu Sahasranam, the first question which Yudhishthira asks is, Kimekam Daivatam Loke, who is the supreme commander of the supreme deity on this world. So Andal declares in the very first pasuram, Narayanane Namake Paraitaruvan. That means the Narayana is the person who is going to give us this moksha. So that means the first pasuram itself contains the entire, this fulcrum of this Bhagavad Gita, which itself is the essence of the Upanishads, which itself is the essence of the Vedas, and therefore THIRUPPAVAI is called as the seed. Vedam Anaithukkam Vittagam Godai Tamil. So that is the essence of that is the seed of this Vedas, and therefore that is the greatness of THIRUPPAVAI. That is and again, because the Andal talks about several things in this, about this 30 pasarams. In fact, she is also following the path of these gopis. If you look at the Shekharji said, the Gopikas did this Katyayani Vrata. Katyayani Vrata for the Hemante Pratame Masi Nandagopa Nandavraja Kumarikaha Cheruhum Havisham Bunjanaha Katyayani Archana Vratam. That means they started this Katyayani Vratam, that is praying to the Katyayani for the purpose of what? Katyayani Mahamaye Mahayogin Vrajeswari Nandagopa Sutam Devi Kurte Matim Te Nama. That means the Nandagopa son, that's Krishna, should be our husband. That is the puja for which they are doing it. They are doing it in the Hemante Pratame Masi. The Hemanta Vrata, the various Rutus. We got 6 Rutus in this in each year. The 5th Ritu is called as Hemanta Ritu. Hemanta Ritu consists of Margari and well as Thai month. These are the 2 months. Pratame Masi, that means the first month. So therefore the Gopis did this Katyayani Puja on the first month of this month of this Hemanta Ritu, and that's why Andal following the same steps of Gopi, because she took the form of a Gopi Bhavam, and therefore she did this this puja, the Pavai Nonbu, or the waking up all her friends, and then going towards this Yamuna river, which is being she did it in Srivilliputtur. Srivilliputtur's tank, she considered that itself to the Yamuna river, and then this Nandagopa is staying in that, the Nandagopa Maliga, the palace of the Nandagopa, she considers it to be this Patapatra Sai temple. So that's how she does this Anukaranam, and that's why the whole, she is following the path of Nandagopa and the Gopikas, with the purpose of that was to get Krishna as their own husband. So that means we are all ladies. I mean, all this, the whole universe is, one of the namas which you find in Vishnu Sahasranam is Bharta. Bharta means he's the husband. Bhagavan alone is the Purusha, and all of the Jivatmas are all only the Bhagavan's, this Mahishi is Bhagavan's, the wives. So we all want to go and merge with Bhagavan. That is the whole purpose of this Thiruppa. So the greatness of the Thiruppa, we have now understood. It is the essence of it, is the seed of the Vedas, and the purpose of it is to get Sriman Narayana as our ultimate goal. So this is the greatness of Thiruppavi as such. Now, who is the Pravakta? Who is the author? The author is Andal. Andal is called as Goda. So that means the Andal was born, as somebody mentioned, she is a Bhudevi Avatara. In Varaha Purana, when Bhagavan, when this Bhuma Devi was lifted by Hiranyaksha and placed inside the ocean, then Bhagavan incarnated as Varaha Murti and then lifted this Bhuma Devi up and then held it in his, the snout of his snout. At that time, the Bhuma Devi was trembling. She is saying that, no, you have come and saved me. But then what about all my, these children who are all in this universe? How will you protect them? So Bhagavan says this in this Varaha Charma Slokam, Sthite Manasi Susvaste, Sarire Satiyo Naraha, Dasu Same Smite Smrta, Vishwarupam Chamamajam, Tatastam Remanam to Kashtapashana Sanipam, Hamsparami Madbhaktam, Nayami Paramagam. See, Bhagavan says in Gita, chapter 8, whosoever thinks about me at the time of leaving this body will ultimately come to me. Now, it's a very difficult thing to remember about Bhagavan. So at that time, Varaha Bhagavan himself says, Kashtapashana Sanipam. At that time, he may be in a coma, in the form of a log of food or like a stone. We do not know what is going to be. We may be in that coma form. How will I remember that Bhagavan at that point of time? Bhagavan says, Sthite Manasi Susvate Sarire Satiyona. That means when you are all these 3 dhatus, the Pitta, Vacha, Kapam, these are the, that's what this Ayurveda says. When all the body is in good condition, your mind is also in condition. If you take the name of the Lord, the Vishnu Sahasranam, whatever name of the Lord, Vishwarupam Cha Mamajam. That means I am this entire universe. I am unborn. So a person who utters my name at that point of time when he's hale and healthy, that is sufficient. Varaha says, Aham Smarami Madbhaktam Nayam. That means at the time when he is leaving this body, I will remember him. He doesn't have to remember me. When he takes my name regularly, I will remember him at that point of time, and then I will take him to the Uttama Loka. That's what Varaha Puranam says. In fact, that's why this Vishnu Chitta Pariyar says, Appodeki Ippode Solli Vaiten Arangama Nagaruna. That means I may not be able to remember you, Ranganatha, at the time I am leaving this body, and therefore I am telling you now itself. So you please come and save me at that point of time. So that is what the Varaha Puranam says. And therefore Andal, when she listened to this mantra from this advice from this Varaha Puranam, she wanted to give this message to the whole universe. And that's why she was born as Goda Devi. That means she is born. Why is she called as Goda? Gava Datta iti Goda. That means she was found in this, even today you can find to Srivilliputtur, there will be a Tulasi Vanam, in that Tulasi Madam, in that place she was found. She was not born as she is called as Ayonija. That means she was not born as a, this in a normal fashion of a male and female coming together. She was born she was given by the Bhuma Devi herself, because she is Bhuma Devi herself. Sakshat Shamam, that's what the Vedanta is considered. Sakshat Shama. Shama is Bhuma Devi. So Goda is none other than Bhuma Devi. She was found by Periyarvar in this Tulasi Vanam, and she brought her up as her child. as a foster child. But then she says, in the Taniyan it says, no, Periyalva பெற்றெடுத்த பெண் பிள்ளை. That means she's her own daughter, not even taken up from that, but she's like her own daughter, பெற்றெடுத்த பெண் பிள்ளை. So that means Andal wanted to give this message of this Varaha Bhagavan to all of us, and that's why she composed. Throughout the Vishnu Sahasranam, we'll find a lot of places, Namam Padi, Namam Padi, Namam. That means she's always talking about the Nama Sankirtan, the importance of Nama Sankirtan. We'll come to that when we talk about each of these Tiruppavi sloka, and that's the greatness of, the Pravakta, the person who is giving that. And then Prameyam, what is being talked of? What is being talked of is Sri Krishna Paramatma. So Krishna Paramatma, she was in love with Krishna Paramatma, as Sri Ramakrishnaji said she didn't want anybody else as her husband other than Sri Krishna. When Priyarva said, you are of marriageable age, I want to get you married, she says, no, I want to marry only Krishna. The Krishna manifested as Ranganatha, and she came then and as Rangamanath, and he came and married her. That's what you find in Siviliputur, Goda Rangamanath, along with the Garudarva. Because he came in Garudarva, he was in such a haste. In most of the temples, you will find Garudarva in front of the Bhagavan. But in this case, because he came in such a hurry to marry Andal, Goda, which she called as Andal, because Paramaniya Andal. That means she was able to command the Mahavishnu itself, and therefore she is called as Andal. So that means because when she came, even this Garudarva did not have even time to go into the front and having the Anjali pose, and he married immediately, and that's why you can find in Siviliputur the Garudarva adjacent on the left hand side of Rangamana as such. So that is the greatness of this Tiruppavi. This is the greatness of the person who has sung this Andal, as well as the greatness of this the Krishna Paramatma, about which this song is being said. So having said that, let's start with the most of the things will be only on the chanting portion, because we are going to concentrate in this 15 days. Of course, we will have on the Margari month, starting from the first month, each pasaram will be sung as well as the meaning of that. At that time, we will go into a detailed manner in which about the meaning of that one. But briefly, I will just mention about each pasaram on that, what is to be, Before that, in all this Divya Prabandham and all this, which has been sung by these various Arvas, what we do is, we talk about the greatness. Some of the later Acharyas have composed, verses about the person who is the Pravakta, who is the author of that. So we just, that is called as Taniyan in Tamil. So that means we talk about the person who has been, the greatness of the person who has sung about it. So there are two Taniyans for Tiruppavi. One is sung by Parasara Bhattar. Parasara Bhattar, all of you know that he was one of the persons who wrote commentary on Vishnu Sahasranama. That is called as Bhagavad Guna Darpanam. That is, it is like Vishnu Sahasranama is like a mirror. Darpanam is mirror reflecting the qualities of Bhagavan, Bhagavad Guna Darpanam. So he is the Parasara Bhattar. He is the son of Kuresha. Kuresha himself is a great devotee. Is the disciple of Ramanujacharya. So that is Parasara Bhattar. There is another person who has also composed the Taniyan for this Tiruppa Andal. That is called as Uyakkondan. He is called as Uyakkondan. Uyakkondan is the direct disciple of Natha Munigal. Natha Munigal is also one of the important persons in Vaishnava, this Acharya Parampara, because he was the person who revived the entire Nalayar Divyapanda. At some point of time, the Nalayar Divyapanda was completely lost. He was the person, because of his yogic powers, he was able to invoke the blessings of Nammalvar and brought back this entire 4,000 Divya Pramadam back to us. So that is the greatness of Natha Munigal. Natha Munigal's disciple is Uyakkondan, and he has also composed a Taniyan on Andal. So let's start with the first Taniyan, which is sung by Parasara Bhatta, and that is in Sanskrit. So let's, I'll chant 2 words at a point of time, and then people can follow me on that. So you can call one of the volunteers.
Tattvamasi. Anna
Yes, ma'am.
or Shivani? Yeah. Guruji.
Okay, I'll say that, and then you can repeat it twice. Neela Tunga.
Neela Tunga.
Stanagiri Tati.
Stanagiri Tati.
Suptamudbodhya. Krishnam. Parartyam Swam. Shruti Satasiras. Siddhamadhyapayanti.
Siddhamadhyapayanti.
Svochishtayaam
Svochishtayaam. Svochishtayaam.
Srajanigalitam
Sajinigalitam. Sajinigalitam.
Yabhalat
Yabalat. Yabalat.
Kritya Bhunkte
Kritya bhumte. Kritya bhumte.
Goda Tasyai
Goda tasyai. Goda tasyai.
Nama Idamidam
Nama idamidam. Nama idamidam.
Bhuya Yevastu Bhuyaha.
Bhuya evastu bhuyaha. Bhuya evastu bhuyaha.
Okay, next person.
Tunaja Ajayan. Please unmute yourself.
Hari Om.
Neela Tungastanagiri Tati
नीलातुङ्गस्तनगिरि तटी नीलातुङ्गस्तनगिरि तटी
Suptamudbodhya Krishnam
सुप्तमुद्बोध्य कृष्णम्
Parartyam Swam Shruti Satas
पारार्त्यं स्वं श्रुतिशदश
Sirassiddhamadhyapayanti
शिरःसिद्धमध्यापयन्ति
Svochishtayaam Srajinigalitam
स्वोच्छिष्टायां स्रजिनिगलितं
Yabhalat Kritya Bhunkte
या बलात्कृत्य भुङ्क्ते
Goda Tasyai Nama Idamidam
गोदा तस्यै नम इदमिदम्
Bhuya Yevastu Bhuyaha.
भूय एवास्तु भूयः
Okay, next person.
Who is in Varshit 3 ID? Please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Neela, so I'll read line by line. If you have a problem, you let me know. Neela Tungastanagiri Tati Suptamudbodhya Krishnam
नीलातुङ्गस्तनगिरितटी सुप्तमुद्बोध्य
Is
कृष्णम्
audio okay, sir?
Yeah, go ahead. One second. One second, read.
नीलातुङ्गस्तनगिरितटी सुप्तमुद्बोध्य कृष्णम्
Suptamudbodhya Krishnam
सुप्तमुद्बोध्य कृष्णम्
Parartyam Swam Shruti Satasiras Siddhamadhyapayanti
पाराद्यं स्वं सिद्धमध्यापयन्ति
So, once more.
ओके सर पाराद्यं स्वं श्रुतिशतशिरसिद्धमध्यापयन्ति
Svochishtayaam Srajanigalitam Yabhalat Bhunkte
स्वाचिष्ठायं सृजनिगलितं याबलात् कृत्य भुङ्क्ते
Svochishta, not Swachishta. Svochishtayaam Srajanigalitam. Yeah, go ahead.
स्वोजिष्ठायं सृजनिगलितं याबलात् कृत्य भुङ्क्ते
Goda Tasyai Nama Idamidam Bhuya Yevastu Bhuyaha.
गोदातस्यै नम इदमिदं भूय एवास्तु भूयः.
Okay, I think I'll just say the meaning and then we'll conclude for today. We'll take up subsequently. We'll go for Tirupati. Now, the meaning of this sloka is broadly, I'll just mention. So, Bhagavan Krishna is sleeping along with Neela. Neela is one of his consorts. She's called as Satya. In one of the, he has got eight Ashtamahishis. Out of that, one is She's also called Nagnajit also. She's called Neela Devi. Neela Devi was born as this Satya. So Bhagavan is sleeping along with this Neela Devi on her breast. So Suptam Udbodh. So she is Krishna. The Gauda is waking him up. The Krishna who is sleeping there. Suptam Udbodh Krishna. Parartyam Swam Shruti Sada Sirasi. That means whatever is being said is hundreds of the Shrutis Sirasi. That means at the Sikaram. That means at the the ultimate end of this Shruti is this Vedas. But Goda is talking about that kind of this parat. That means this the Adhyatma knowledge, and she's teaching that to Krishna. It's Adhyap, and she's saying that. Swochishtayam Srajanigal. That means she is the story of Andal, that she first wore that garland herself and then gave it to this Vatapatra Sai, and Vatapatra wanted it that way only. So that means she has used that garland and gave it back to Krishna, to go to Vatapatra Sai, who's none other than Krishna. And then through that garland of this the Pumale as well as the Pamale, through this Thiruppavai, she was able to Balatka. That means she was able to pull Krishna towards herself because she's so much attracted towards this flower, the garland, as well as this Thiruppavai. She was being drawn or pulled into him, and therefore she was enjoying Krishna. Goda enjoying that Krishna. Bhunkte to that Goda, my namaskaram again and again. That's the meaning of this particular Taniyan. So I think we'll close for the day and go on for the Tirupalli Yachi. Om Namo Venkateshaya.
Thank you very much, Guruji. We are really looking forward for the following sessions. Now, with humble pranams, I would like to invite Srimati Rajalakshmi Parthasarathi, Faculty of Vishwas, for introduction on Tirupalli Yachi. Ma'am, please.
Once again, friends, once again, Namaskaram. Our technical department is looking into the two factors. I hope Vijayaram Sir Kali is here. One, somehow we are unable to admit, I think, more than 500 today. That is one. Second, that YouTube, I don't know whether it is in operation. There was some difficulty in the morning. We will rectify it tomorrow and see that everybody, maybe I can request both the faculties to start the first sloka from tomorrow itself, so that those out of 2,000, only 500 are right now. Kali Vijayaram Sir, can you take it up tomorrow? Yes.
Sir, they are not here, sir. They could not enter the link, sir, because of.
They are on the job, I think. I already told them that you can limit them later on.
Yeah, we'll start from the first sloka itself tomorrow, no problem.
Yeah, that is it. It's only inauguration because I got a lot of calls. Nothing to worry, and it will be done. Okay. Once again, regret for the inconvenience. Over to you, Ma. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Venkatesaya. Srisailesh Dayabatram Dibhaktyadi Gunarnavam Yadindra Pravanam Vande Ramya Chamadharam Munim Lakshminada Samarambham Nadayam Anamatyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam Yonitya Machyuta Badampuja Yukma Rukma Vyamohadastathitarani Trinaya Mene Asmatkuror Bhagavadosya Daiga Sindho Ramanujasya Saranau Prabhate Mada Pida Yuvatayasthaneha Vibhudis Sarvam Yadeva Niyamena Madalmayanam Atyasna Kulapater Vagulabhiramam Srimat Tadankri Yugulam Pranamam Murtna Bodham Sarasamahadahvaya Pattanada Sri Bhaktisara Kulasekara Yogi Vahan Bhaktangirena Varagaladindra Mishran Srimat Parangusamanim Pranadosmi Nityam. These are the Taniyans. Guruji has already explained you about the author, the content, and the subject of the chanting we are going to learn, and what we are going to learn all these coming days. Now, Sriman Narayana is the Supreme God who is filled with unlimited and wonderful auspicious qualities. Out of his divine and unconditional grace, he blessed selected Jivatmas to become Alvars. That is, Alvars means great saints who preached pure and exclusive devotion towards Sriman Narayana. The Lord himself, being the Supreme Father of everyone, he was unable to bear the suffering of his children who are caught in the cycle of this samsara, that is, birth and death in this material world. To facilitate the upliftment of such suffering Jivatmas, that is souls, he gives body and senses for the Jivatmas during Srishti and reveals the Shastram, that is scriptures, himself, and descends to this material world as various incarnations like Sri Rama, Sri Krishna, etc. Even after all these, the Jivatmas are not really willing to learn the true knowledge and accept the supremacy of the Lord. Just like a hunter will catch a deer, using another trained deer, he decides to uplift Jivatmas through other Jivatmas who are already in the material world. So he chooses a select few of them, blesses them with the divine knowledge, and makes them Alvars. Alvars means one who is immersed in the Bhagavat Vishayam, that is, spiritual matters. These Alvars appeared in various holy places in the southern part of the Bharatadesam. Bharatadesam, as is foretold, and it is said by Vedavyasa in Sri Bhagavatam 2. Totally, Alvars are said to be 10 in numbers, excluding Andal, who is none other than the incarnation of Mahalakshmi, and Madhurakavi Alvar, who sang only on his Guru, that is Nammalvar. He did not sing any hymns or pasarams on Sriman Narayana. He expressed the Acharya Bhakti, that is the devotion towards the Guru. So excluding them, there are 10 Alvars. They come in this order, like Poigai Alvar, Bhudat Alvar, Pei Alvar, Thirumaishay Alvar, Nammalvar. Nammalvar is the father of Andal. Kulasekara Alvar, Periyalvar, Tondaradi Podiyalvar, Tiruppanalvar, Thirumangai Alvar. Now, these, that is what, they are 12 in numbers, including Andal and Madhurakavi Alvars. So, they all sung on Lord Sriman Narayana. Each one of them expressed the devotion in various forms, which are the 4,000 verses of Divya Prabandham is said to be the essence of Vedas and Upanishads. It is difficult for all of us, most of us, to study things in Sanskrit, which is explained in Vedas and Upanishads. So these are said to be the Tamil Vedam, that is the essence of Vedas and Upanishads set in the language Tamil in a very simpler form by these Alvars. Now Thiruppavai, as explained by Guruji, is sung by Andal, and now the next thing is Tirupalli Azhichi. Now normally the practice when we chant Divya Prabandham, it starts with Tirupallandu, which is known as Mangala Sasana Pasuram, sung by Periyalvar, where he says, he blesses, he himself, when other Alvars praise to the Lord for their salvation, Periyalvar, as the name goes, he wants the Lord to live for many, many years so that all the whole universe is protected. So it is known as Mangala Sasana Pasuram. Pallandu means you live long, we bless people. No, it is something like that. He blesses the Lord and all his concerts. So it starts with Tirupallandu, then Tirupalli Azhichi, sung by Tondaradi Podiyalvar. As Guruji already said, his name is Vipranarayana. Subsequently, he called himself as Tondaradi Podiyalvar because he got distracted. He was doing Kaingaryam to Lord Ranganatha of Srirangam. He got distracted by the certain material distractions, but then he was again blessed, and he again got himself into the service of Lord Ranganatha, and so he calls himself as the to overcome whatever he has done. So he calls himself as Tondar Adipudi. Tondar means devotees, Adi is the feet, and Pudi is the dust. That is, let me be like the dust at the feet of the devotees of Sriman Narayana. So he lowered himself to that extent, and he wants to be, means that also shows the greatness of the dust at the feet of the devotees of Lord Narayana. So then if one can imagine what will be the greatness of the devotees of Sriman Narayana. That is the greatness of the Lord. He is the one who sang two prabandhams on Lord Ranganatha. One is Thirumalai and other one is Tirupalli Azhichi, where Alvars have sung on many Archavatara Murtis. Archavatara Murtis are the idols residing in various Divya Desams. And most of the Vishnu temples, though there are more Vishnu temples, only those Vishnu temples which are sung by the Alvars are known as Divya Desams, and the Prabandham is known as Divya Prabandham, and the Alvars are known as Divya Suris. So Tondaradi Podiyalvar is the only one who sang on Lord Ranganatha and not on any other deities of any other Divya Desams. He is also known as the incarnation of the Vanamala, Vaijayanti of Sriman Narayana. Now, knowing the greatness of the Prabandhams and Alvars, let us straight away go into the Taniyans. As he said, Taniyans, or the word Tani means it doesn't join with anything else. That is why it is known as Taniyans. We have to pronounce it as the first Ta. In Tamil, we don't have the four vargas, I mean, Ka varga, Cha varga. So it is to be pronounced as Taniyans. Taniyans is which stands unique. Most of all the Prabandhams have got Taniyans, which speaks about the greatness of the composer of the Prabandham and also the greatness of the Prabandham itself. Similarly, as Thiruppavai as Taniyans, all the Prabandhams have Taniyans. Now, Tirupalli Ezhuchi, I will try to say in tidbits in a daily classes where we have on the importance or the greatness of that respective pasurams. Now, coming to Tirupalli Ezhuchi, Tondaradi Podiyalvar wakes up Lord Ranganatha from his Yoga Nidra to bless the universe, to bless the celestial bodies who are waiting for his darshan at the entrance of Ranganatha Swami temple at Srirangam. Now, as all the Prabandhams, as I said, have got Taniyans, Tirupalli Ezhuchi also has got two Taniyans sung by a devotee, Acharya Thirumalai Andan. The meaning of the first Taniyan is, the first Taniyan is in Sanskrit and the second one is in Tamil. The first one is, before calling the disciples in a quick thing, the Taniyan is Tameva Matva Paravasudevam Rangesayam Raja Vadarhaniyam Prapotakim Yokrita Suktimalam Bhaktangirenam Bhagavandamide. The meaning of this Taniyan is, I extol Tondaradi Podiyalvar, who gave the garland of verses, waking up the Periya Perumal. The Sri Ranganatha Swami of Sri Rangam temple is known as Periya Perumal, as he is being worshipped by the Perumal, Lord Sri Rama himself. He is known as Ishwagu Kuladanam. So Lord Ranganatha Swami, who is in the Archavatara form, in the idol form at Sri Rangam now, is the idol worshipped by Lord Rama himself. So he is known as the Periya Perumal. Means he is worshipped by Perumal himself, who has the auspicious qualities such as wisdom, who is reclining on the mattresses of Adiseshan, that is serpent, and who is worshipped like a king, and who is the Paravasudevan in Sri Vaikuntham. Lord Ranganatha of Sri Rangam is none other than the Paravasudevan of Sri Vaikuntham. So we will start with the first Taniyan today, being the inauguration day. So can I have the first participant, madam?
Sure, ma'am. Komalavati Rajendran, ma'am. Can you please unmute yourself?
Yeah, in this class, as the procedure goes, we will have two word set, then a line by line, and then two lines, and then we'll have a verse as full. So we'll have around 4 to 5 participants in each session for each pasuram. And because the other pasurams are in Tamil, before I start the class, so there will be something like words in Tamil who are not familiar with the language. Vandu anaindan, when it comes, that's Vandu anaindan. I can teach you as Vandu anaindan. When you are comfortable with the language, you can make it like we learn it in English. I do not know. Then once you know comfortable with the language, we say I don't know. Do not becomes don't. So similarly, the combination of two words can be combined and pronounced as a single word once you are comfortable with the pronunciation of the language. So with this introduction, let us straight away go to the classes. Yes, who is the first participant?
Okay, Guruji. Komalavati Rajendran, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
Yes.
Tameva Matva.
Ma'am, I did not book Tirupalli Elchi book, ma'am.
Okay,
Pardon?
ma'am. Can bring it tomorrow, ma'am. I'll call upon the second.
You
person,
okay, even if you don't have the script as of now, you can just repeat the words because I'm going to only say two words. So no issues. And this Tirupalli Elchi is, there are two Tirupalli Elchis because in the introduction he said it is sung by Manika Vasagar. Let me just stand to correct that. There are two Tirupalli Elchis.
Sorry, Premsudha, once again, when you call a person, please tell the location, Srirangam, Tiruchi, or whatever it is. It will be helpful even from tomorrow also daily, okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, there are two Tirupalli Elchi. One Tirupalli Elchi is sung by Manika Vasagar on Lord Shiva, and this is the what we are going to learn is the Tirupalli Elchi sung by Tondaradi Pudiyalvar on Lord Ranganatha of Srirangam. Yes. Komalavelli madam?
Okay, ma'am.
You are from?
Mugaper, ma'am.
Okay.
Chennai.
Just repeat the words, you can get the script tomorrow. Tameva matva.
Tameva matvam. Tameva matvam.
Paravasudevam.
Paravasudevam. Paravasudevam.
Rangesayam. Rangesayam.
Rangesayam. Rangesayam.
Rajavadarhaniyam.
Rajavadarsaniyam. Rajavadarsaniyam.
Prapotikim.
Prapotikim. Prapotikim.
Prapotikim. It is not ta, it is ti.
Prapotikim. Prapotikim.
Yokrita suktimalam.
Yokata suttimalam. Yokrita suttimalam. Yokrita suttimalam.
Bhaktangirenam.
Bhaktangrenam. Bhaktangrenam.
Bhaktangri renum. Renum is dust. Bhaktangri renum.
Bhaktangri renam.
Renum.
Renam.
Renum.
Renu.
Renum.
Renu.
Num. N-U-M.
Renu. Renu.
N-U-M. Renum.
Renum. Renum.
Bhaktangri renum.
Bhaktangri renum. Bhaktangri renum.
Bhagavantamide.
Bhagavantam
ide.
Bhagavantam Nire. Nire. Bhagavantam Nire.
Ide. W-E-D-E. Ide. How do you pronounce?
Bhagavantam Ide.
Yes.
Bhagavantam Ide.
Yes. Next participant.
Next person, Kalyana Sundari, ma'am.
Om Namo Narayana, ma'am.
One request, when I teach in two words, others though you are in mute, please listen to the pronunciation so it will be convenient for you to learn perfectly. Okay. Tameva matva paravasudevam.
Tameva matva paravasudevam. Tameva matva paravasudevam.
Rangesayam rajavadarhaniyam.
Rangeshayam Rajavadarsaniyam. Vadarhaniyam. Rangeshayam Rajavadarhaniyam.
Prapotikim yokrita suktimalam.
Prabodhikim yokruta suktimalam. Prabodhikim yokruta suktimalam.
Bhaktangrirenum bhagavantam ide.
Bhaktangrarenum bhagavantamide. Bhaktangrarenum bhagavantamide.
Bhaktangri renum. That is dust of the devotees. Bhaktangri renum bhagavantamide.
Bhaktangri. Correct.
Renum.
Bhaktangri renum bhagavantamide.
Yes. One more can say as a full Taniyan as it is, I'll repeat.
Okay, Guruji. Deepa Lakshmi.
Premsudha, anybody, either you can tell the name of the location or the student, anyone. It will be easy for all of us to know, please.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Kalyana Sundari ma'am, where were you from? Your
Chittur,
place?
ma'am. Chittur, Andhra.
Thank you, ma'am. Deepa Lakshmi ma'am,
Yes, ma'am. Hari Om, ma'am. Yes,
where are
ma'am.
you from, ma'am?
New Delhi, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now who is going to chant?
Deepa
Sita
Lakshmi.
Lakshmi, ma'am.
Okay. Can you try full sentence?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tameva matva paravasudevam rangesayam rajavadarhaniyam.
तमेव मत्वा परवासुदेवं रङ्गेशयं राजवदर्हणीयं तमेव मत्वा परवासुदेवं रङ्गेशयं राजवदर्हणीयम्
प्रापोतिकीं योकृतसुक्तिमालां भक्ताङ्घ्रिरेणुं भगवन्तमीडे.
प्रापोदकीं योकृतशुक्तिमालां भक्ताङ्घ्रिरेणुं भगवन्तमीडे प्रापोदकीं योकृतशुक्तिमालां भक्ताङ्घ्रिरेणुं भगवन्तमीडे.
Good, madam. Do we have a time? Can I teach the second Tanyan also? Another 5 minutes, or shall we have it tomorrow?
Madam, actually, there is as you wish, madam, but actually the time is up to 6:30. If you want, you can do it today.
Tomorrow, ma'am.
Yeah, okay,
We'll have it
okay.
tomorrow, please.
So we'll have it tomorrow.
And tomorrow, I'm sure you will start from the one again, ma'am, please.
Pardon?
Tomorrow we start from the beginning again because a lot of people could not join.
Okay,
So,
sir. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Over to you. Good luck to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Om
sir.
Namo
Om
Narayana.
Namo Narayana.
Om Namo Narayana.
Om Namo Narayana.
Om Namo Narayana.
Om Namo
And ending prayer.
Yeah.
Om Namo
Thank you. I will do the ending prayer for today. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Rama Rame 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 Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Rama Rame 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 Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana Om Namaiti Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Thank you.
Sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu.
सर्वं श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु.
Om Namo Narayana.
Om Namo Narayana.
Om Namo Narayana.
Namo Narayana.
Om Namo Narayana.
Om Namo Narayana.
Om Namo Narayana.
Om Namo
Om Namo
Narayana.
Narayana. Om Namo
Hare Krishna.
Narayana. Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Venkateshaya.